starting off at least with that Sheik for sure. I mean, there's still possibility. I mean, the brilliance of having best of 5 is you have opportunities to be able to actually mix and match, see what you can do, what you can't do, what you feel comfortable with, and what could be a little more dangerous for you for sure. The only thing that might get me a little dangerous, specifically from WebbJP's side, is because it's death by 1,000 cuts if you're like a regular character, let's say Peach, to even get ahead of Steve. It kind of feels like it's a death by 500 million cuts if you're Sheik.
Oh yeah, you are playing the most, how do I put this? You're playing the most like razor thin margin of error type game, where, you know, if everything goes well and you're as mobile and as refined as WebbJP can be, then in theory, yeah, Steve never hits you and you nickel and dime him to like 150 and find a stray back air or a dash attack and take the stock, and that happens every time. We are not living in a TAS world, so that's unlikely.
For sure. And now we're seeing what Steve can do, and they just smack you in the face once with a pickaxe and just continues to move on with their lives. Meanwhile, WebbJP needs to at least get some more percentage in and start cutting them down one by one to be able to even get something as a kill confirm. Like that one, for example. That worked out tremendously.
Nice timing on that tipper down tilt, dashing in just late enough to where you can find the tipper after the legend invincibility ran out, but before A9 realized that their legend vulnerability would run out.
Absolutely, and this is one of the dichotomies of selecting your character in any fighting game in general. If you really balance out difficulty of usage versus how strong a character can be, and that sometimes can even determine their placing in the tier.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For you to perfect Sheik, if you're a TAS, like you mentioned, if it's like a TAS play, then pretty much Sheik can be one of the best characters in the game. But you can just press buttons and just mash the controller if you're using Steve, you know what I mean? Like the level of execution and difficulty that WebbJP is experiencing throughout the course of a single tournament is absolutely astronomical compared to something that A9 would be experiencing, in my opinion.
No, I do very much agree. Like the barrier for like the ease of access for a character like Steve in a matchup like this is paramount to why it's so difficult, because you can't mess up as Webb and playing Sheik, but you absolutely have a lot of forgiveness as A9 here, and that's winning on the character selection. Like, that's good. Why did you do that?
He's trying to survive.
Well, like the...
Okay.
Yeah, okay. He finds the forward smash.
And then we see that, and it's beautiful. But is beautiful going to give you the W? You know? Like, it's tremendous play. Now, WebbJP is playing on fire right now, and he only gets 36%. That is the only thing that really, like, pisses me off. I mean, like, Sheik as a character. I love Sheik. I love WebbJP because I love how he plays. It's beautiful.
Oh, I think Sheik's one of the best, like, fundamentally designed characters in this game.
Absolutely. Sometimes they just feel too honest.
Yeah, the problem is, like, despite how flexible Sheik can... Whoa! Again, just
my bad.
Baiting and feinting. Okay.
My bad.
See, like, this is the type of stuff... Because, like, I don't want to fault A9 there at all.
No, for sure.
Like, this is the type of stuff that Webb can really do to everybody, and has done to everybody. He's done this to Akola. Remember like, that Game 5 set at one of the thrones? Like, Webb is so good at feinting to a degree that is really, really hard to replicate, especially in the Jersey metagame right now.
You saw that little smile, that little smirk, and like, all right.
But what this does right off the jump is it forces A9 to change up their playstyle, because they can't play on the back foot anymore. They can't be like I'm just gonna wait for Sheik to risk their body at some point, which is going to happen because Sheik wants to land on you with something like a fair, and once that happens, then start playing the interaction and play the scramble after. Webb is trying to prevent that style of game plan, and most importantly, has been doing a good job of preventing A9 from reliably accruing resources.
Yeah. Now we're seeing actually the gold tools coming into play as well. That's going to give him a lot more frame advantage.
Cross up? Yep.
Actually trying to cross him up one more time. Sour spots onto it. super important, especially for this matchup in particular with Sheik, to try to intercept that cart before it actually comes out. It's about 14 frames or so that you are able to actually interact with it, but then just smacked in the face as they put the little L blocks and just hits him with that forward smash for the stock.
Yeah, A9 adapting pretty solid here when it comes to like letting Webb be the aggressor just enough, but being more willing to act on anticipation rather than on pure reaction, which I think is pretty important to play around Sheik.
Yeah,
you have to start doing a lot more hitbox trades. Again, with these down tilts on ledge, have to be more aware of that, because hit me once, shame on you. Hit me twice, shame on me.
Oh, 100%. And it looks like there is a lot of awareness by WebbJP as well, particularly taking into account the presents where the invincibility on the ledge is actually going to be. Has a better idea of when the characters are actually just going to stop being invincible, and that's actually going to help you even more in the long run. So it's just that psycho behavior of using Sheik in general. And again, I don't want it to be misconstrued. I respect WebbJP so much for what he's even able to accomplish with Sheik in the first place, and I wish him all the best in the tournament, and I want him to go as far as they possibly can. But this is just like climbing a really steep hill.
I mean, this is the danger. You run into what is probably your worst matchup, and you have to play it like this every time, regardless of where in bracket or how it ends up going. And, you know, credit to A9 forcing Webb to play this way and to make it really, really difficult to find any singular opening. That defensive operation and thought process really coming in clutch here, especially because they've adjusted both the stage and the flexibility of when they're mining to retain and hoard resources up until very much they absolutely need them in order to get out of the corner and force Webb off the spot.
And it's really giving them an opportunity to be able to get all of the materials that they want, particularly with the metals, and getting that Sheik to be able to actually move away as much as possible, and getting a couple of diamonds in there as well, and trying to reach out for those mine carts to actually get him out of distance one more time. Rapid jab actually sending him to the side. The lucky percent might just disappear if WebbJP does it, and effectively does so. Just a little hop to get rid of it, and then Reamble comes in and takes away the stock.
Yeah, and Webb overextending. You're not allowed to do that. If it's not a true combo, get out of there. You have the mobility to get out of there, so you have to just play that heavily disciplined game. Meanwhile, A9 wants these scrambles. You can see how badly they do to force Webb into these positions where it's like random rising nairs, get intercepted by a giant nair from Steve's Zone, trading hitbox for hitbox and comparing the damage output 50% already thanks to those diamond tools.
Man, doing so well as well. And WebbJP finding themselves in trouble. 50% with only one stock left. Needs to find this stock as soon as possible. Actually getting good opportunities to be able to intercept at least the mine carts as they continue to come in. Only one medal left. If he continues to put on this pressure, that is exactly what you need if you are Sheik. 59% extra credit, only a couple of medals, only unplay on the side of A9, and now WebbJP slowly shifting momentum into his favor one more time.
Oh, we're really starting to see some of this ledge conditioning start to reward Webb in this weird end game of game number 2. A9 is picking options early from ledge in order to get out of there. Oh, but gotta get out of these scrambles. 80% is not safe, not against diamond forward smash.
Actually moving in this time, just putting a couple of walls there. That's a tech onto the wall again. Just looking for frares, looking for needles, just maintaining the distance. This is brilliant play by WebbJP as well. Just taking it slowly but surely until they're able to actually hit something. Actually, accidentally B reverses it and try to get more sense in. Oh, to be careful.
Missing the tech chase though, and that was the weird hit on the crafting table. Neutral tech, nice neutral tech there from A9, getting out of there as Webb continues to expect movement. Early jump, oh, there it was, but Webb wasn't in position to punish it and expected something different.
Man, this is nerve-wracking.
Oh, it always is.
93% now, 13% differential. All of a sudden, now WebbJP is in the lead percentage-wise.
He went for a falling up air there. Meanwhile, A9 is just playing so far back. Wants to keep and retain these resources as much as possible, but you're running out of iron. Do you commit to another minecart here to get back to center? No, just playing the blocks. I like that slow and steady, and then the pivot, but it was forward air, and it still does it. Even with not being diamond back air, it still finds a way to close the stock. Nice restraint shown on A9's part in order to wait and bait and try to get Webb to commit, go back to that early game 2 game plan where you're just waiting for Webb to commit to that jump before following through. And they did it at the very end. Nice stuff from A9 to bring us to a 1-1 set count.
Well, death by 100 million trillion billion for a million cuts, or just a sweet-ass pickaxe to the face. It really depends on what you want to do. Tied up set so far. We've seen WebbJP actually find opportunities to be successful. Moving back to Stadium 2, having those platforms on deck is going to be super important to be able to actually try to find some extra mobility, especially if you're Sheik. Kind of worried about the fact that some of the needles are going to get caught on those platforms.
Yeah, but I think you would rather have the opportunity to raindrop, to force Steve to have these like weird opportunities where like, oh, like A9 now, because craft table spawns on the platform, A9 has to take the time to respawn it. And yeah, it doesn't take a long time, but the fact that you have to do that does matter.
Leave the banish in, trying to get some sort of punish going. Minecarts into play as well. There's a good offensive game so far from WebbJP, just forcing Steve to maintain a distance, and A9 just responding back with a back air differential of over 30%. We're seeing actually maintaining a lot more stage control that what we saw in previous games too.
Yeah, they're looking really solid at just placing straight blocks. Like, I always appreciate that whenever Steves are willing to, instead of always trying to build the same structures and follow muscle memory, like, it's really good and both just a hassle and a powerful option to just put some straight blocks around. You don't always have to craft this like Rube Goldberg machination in order to really control the game. Sometimes just putting down a block to prevent dashing forward, or a block to allow yourself to get your jump back. Like, those blocks alone can be just as problematic as the nil ladders or the 3 high walls or anything in between.
And I feel like that was a misinput by WebbJP again as well. Throwing out the bombs, I'm pretty sure he wanted pretty much a B reverse onto the needles to try to get some more offense going. We're seeing the needles being used one more time, pretty much just the wall blocking the path of absolutely everything that WebbJP wants to throw out. And we're seeing it time and time again, like you mentioned, little variations of whatever walls they wanted to do, put some couple of blocks on the way, especially for somebody from oh my god, that was a footstool. Yeah, absolutely, the Gimmer footstool. Shout out to him. Back to the lab again. WebbJP's gonna have to go.
Now that was great from A9, right? Because Webb has been positioning so close to threaten down tilt and then varying and conditioning off of that interaction alone. Oh, DI hard in on the up air, taking the stock for Webb, keeping things very, very close. And it's imperative that Webb stays on the same stock as A9 because, I mean, you can look at the timer here, Chopper. We are in it for the long haul.
It's going to be a set to test all stamina if possible. And WebbJP, if there was ever anybody that has been in these situations before, it's him. He knows what it feels like to actually go into these grinds of games. And now you have A9 actually establishing even more stage control and offensive game as time goes on.
The amount of respect Webb is giving TNT is both like understandable given the percentage difference and, you know, the position right now, but also very frustrating. Like, TNT is such a, it should be such a nothing move, but it, just by the nature of being a pretty large explosion that does 12 and has solid knockback, it makes situations like these so threatening that allows Steve to recruit so many resources over the course of its timer. Wow, that Nair connected. Not going to save himself from the second minecart, though.
Yeah, so super interesting is the fact that WebbJP is managing to actually guess every time whether or not A9 is actually going to stay a little longer on the ledge. And that has been pretty much tremendous for their offensive game. A couple of times already stayed a little bit and actually managed to get the left trump, get some damage in, and then when they went to the other side, instantly actually moves in. WebbJP anticipates punishes, and then we have a damn anvil actually just land on Sheik's head, and all of a sudden, once again, trying to move in one more time. One stock left in WebbJP at game 3, and now tremendous combination of jabs actually moving forward from Steve as well.
And the fact that those 42 is like brutal. Like, just to your mental, it's like, man, I took 50 for that. Oh, nice parry on the needles, trying to find a straight hit. And you know that Webb is looking for like exactly a forward tilt or like a tip or down tilt. Just placing a straight block or 3 just shuts that down. It's like, yeah, you can't get close enough in order to land the hitboxes that you're looking for, and ergo, here we sit, just in this long, slow breakdown of everything that Sheik is looking for.
Yep.
Get up attack, a great decision there from A9 in order to force off and get right back to this, protect the castle type of style.
133, 105, diamond tools coming into play. This is looking pretty difficult for WebbJP. Also taking into account that there's 2 minutes left on the clock.
Ooh.
Managing to get the sweet spot on there. And a bit of a DI mix-up, actually sending them straight up. One final opportunity for WebbJP to take a W here. It's 105% that is really heavy on Sheik in general.
Yeah, you need not only something massive to go your way, like a long combo string, and it has to be a true combo because you can't risk an anvil at these high percentages, but you then also need to find like one of your more optimal finishers. And with 1:30 on the clock, we're really cutting it down to the wire, and the early minecart, after so many delays in the last game, A9 lets the early minecart rip and takes game number 2.
And trying to intercept those carts has been really difficult from WebbJP as well. Particularly because in the kit for Sheik, they don't really have any type of move that could actually do like an overarching motion, which actually gives you an advantage to be able to actually hit something when Steve is in the cart. So something along the lines of what Yoshidora used to do to Aquila. They would go for the fair. When you see Lucas actually fighting versus Steve, they have a back air as well. An overarching angle to be able to actually deal with that in particular. Sheik doesn't have that.
Yeah, so fair's not big enough.
You have to find a perfect angle to even hit him in the face. Best you can do is back air or try to nair him, but it's not really going to be able to work out. That being said, one more game. Rapid jabs coming in, 72%. This is a good momentum starter for WebbJP in game 4.
Now here's the problem here, Chopper. Like, we've been seeing Webb find a decent amount of success on stage, playing slow, counterplay to the walls, like all of that type of stuff where he's playing a very risk-averse type of style because Steve can output so much damage and so much knockback and all that jazz. His offstage game has been rather flat.
Okay.
A lot of times it is drop zone back air or like jump forward air, the runoff vanish tech that you can do to put out a pretty strong hitbox in a very specific space that A9 has been hard counterplaying basically the entire time.
Yeah.
That flat type of offstage game puts so much reliance on Webb landing and converting off of every down tilt, every F tilt, and every fair to maximize his damage. And as the set goes on, when you're putting all of your eggs in one specific basket or one like general basket, I mean, you start to see the results pull away from you because you're just doing too much around one specific type of opening.
And we're seeing that right now as well, trying to get even more openings on the outside. And I am seeing what you're saying as well, Ubo. He's playing a low-risk, low-reward style, which you have to do if you're Sheik, especially at this level. But a little more aggression on the outside could be beneficial for the matchup overall, just because we're used to Steve using one particular tool with pretty much side special, just use the minecart actually trying to move out of the way. But even then, the recovery can be mixed up by Steve as well. So it really depends how risky you're actually feeling within the set.
Well, that's where early in the game 1 and 2, we were seeing a lot of those down tilts to try and catch a 2-frame or just catch A9 hanging on ledge for so long, in combination with some of these like drop zone back airs or like lingering nairs off stage. Like, reach a little bit off stage, but then your actual plan is to try and land a down tilt. Case in point, we're missing out on a lot of those like ledge-oriented type of offense that Webb was finding a lot of success with and finding a lot of stocks with, like we were seeing early in the set. And that's they are sorely missed here as the set progresses.
A lot of that has to do with
that hit. Dude,
a lot of that has to do, I will continue my point, a lot of that has to do, no, you're good. No, you're good. But a lot of that has to do with how Sheik is as a character. They're not really the ones to be able to actually start offense. They're more of a counterpuncher. So whenever you have an opportunity to be able to punish anything that Steve is going to throw out, you are going to take advantage and you're going to give him 34 like we just saw WebbJP do. Boom, 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 59.
Now we've rounded back to layer 0 to use these like Yomi levels or layers, however you want to call them. Like Webb now is starting to pressure ledge again with things like down tilt, and that's good. Like we need that to still exist because A9 won't get off of ledge at timings that are susceptible until you do that. We pressure the ledge with down tilts, we force A9 to start guessing on timings, and we punish those timings.
Awesome.
Conditioning and rewarded for it. Webb taking the stock lead here, and it's a massive momentum-based and mental-based stock lead at that. A9, though, has shown the ability to stranglehold Webb out of any sort of momentum. Will they be able to do it again to win this set?
There's really no point in WebbJP trying to do any type of engage right now.
Yeah, probably not.
No, it's about 2.5 minutes into the game. I would just do exactly what he's doing right now, just going for the needles. As soon as he sees an opening, bam, boom, beep, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. This is the type of shit that WebbJP is on, and you do not understand. Back throw onto the side, now trying to get some more damage in, barely missing the bouncing fish that time.
Oh, and the vanish at that, slightly off twice over in order to put an emphatic little exclamation point. Oh, we got the forward tilt, wrong hit of forward tilt though, couldn't get the raindrop after.
So he's moving in that time. Wow.
Oh, we're trying it. Oh, we're trying it.
Bouncing fish, being cheeky with it for sure. 2 stocks ahead. Exactly the position that you want to be in if you're Sheik actually trying to go for the drag down and get smacked in the face by one of the tools.
Yeah, trying to get a little too much. This is a bad thing. We need to go back to the with punish, disengage type of plan here because Steve can take stocks out of nowhere. You're not susceptible to the Fox Wolf, jab off stage. Everything is awesome, but I mean it's still diamond tools in a position where your stock can disappear in a blink of an eye if you play your cards wrong.
Yep, for sure. I completely agree with you. Got to maintain a distance, and now looks like he remembered. Okay, hang on. No, I'm gonna keep trying to counter punch as well, trying to make sure that this heavy hitter does not touch me in the slightest. Now, the ultimate MVP inevitably are going to be the blocks that are just going to keep getting in the way of whatever conversion Sheik really wants to do, but there's a minute left on the clock.
Yeah, this is where the stranglehold type of Steve can be not as advantageous. Oh my God, the nil forward smash as a mix-up. Devastating, and this is the type of stuff that A9 needs to start pulling out. The stranglehold type of Steve can fail if you don't have the lead in these long games. There's the risk. There, oh man, that down tilt could have been something like a down smash and done even more damage. 145 here. You're not going to win any long games, but you have to find the way back. He does with the high recovery. Oh my God, Webb is getting out of there, but he gets hit by the minecart. Is it enough? It is not. 109.
30. There's 30 seconds left on the clock, and now trying to find whatever opportunity they can to actually get some more materials in.
Oh, they need
trying to go for the cards, and that's a game 5 situation right now, Ubel. Close, but no cigar for the Steve name as of right now.
Dude, A9 cashed out in a lot of ways. We started seeing the block edge guards again. We saw a nil come out, set up for nil 2, I believe that is. Nil 2 forward smash covers the entire platform. It can absolutely brutalize a stock in those last hit scenarios, and Steve has so many bags of tricks that A9 was just not pulling the trigger on up until they very much had to. Maybe in this game 5, things flip on their head yet again if A9 is more willing to cash out on some of the information that they've been gathering, because Webb has had to use every trick in the book to bring it to game 5 thus far. We'll see how it goes. Game 5, FD Chopper. Let's see how it goes.
The ultimate gamble for both players right now. Is A9 going to establish better offensive game? Is WebbJP going to be able to counterpunch just enough to advance onto the next round? It seems like it's skewed. One gamble is bigger than the other. It's just a matter of who wants it more.
The early gold here was interesting. Dropping the combo a little bit. 34 is something that can be accomplished here by Webb, looking to find, a quick back air. Charging up needles yet again. That down tilt was caught, but you know that A9 is still in the mode of selecting options at a consistent timing off of ledge. Oh, nice delay there for delay roll.
They're moving in again, using the gold early. Might as well use it just for the early frames. The faster the move you're going to have, the better it's going to be for you if you're Steve. Now Minecart's coming in one more time. The fair going to connect for 56. Now back air, trying to arch him away. Actually manages to move to the other side. That's tremendous recovery from WebbJP for sure.
Oh, double jump. Had the footstool. It was a phantom footstool double jump, it looked like, instead of the cancel into anvil like usual. That's tough. Because with anvil on FD, that probably was stock. As much as I hate to say that.
Now Minecart's actually moving in one more time.
Oh, my God.
Sweet mama. WebbJP taking that first stock, super important.
And you know Webb was looking for that needles up smash for going on 35 minutes now.
It's 5 games straight, yes. Correct. Manages to get it in the most important game of his tournament life.
Yeah, staying on winner side changes everything. But A9 putting up a good fight, but now we're seeing A9 back on the back foot. That stranglehold style that worked so well in games 3 and 4, or games 2 and 3 rather, is not on the table right now, and you know Webb is looking to whiff punish every single option that they can.
Which is, I think, part of the reason why we were seeing the gold tools in the first place.
That's true.
If it gets him an opportunity to be able to actually do the moves faster, he's going to be a lot safer. That being said, we are seeing the diamond in play, and now the minecart is going to be the ultimate move from Steve in general. Besides the block, the true MVP is going to be the medal that is going to come out of Steve every time that they want to get out of the way.
Oh, wait. Try for the extra extension. Got most of it. Missed the back air follow-up. Down air is a mix-up. Nice way to land for Webb, but 58% instantly evens up the percent count. Keeping this game very, very close as Webb tries to nickel and dime their way back into a winning position. Down tilt whiffed, and A9 gets right back to center stage, acknowledging that if they're going to win, it's because they are holding on to a place where WebbJP just cannot fight through.
Man, and actually doing their best that they can to actually get as many medals as they possibly can, keeping those carts alive, and putting up the walls just to be able to actually continue to mine quickly, surely, and steadily.
Yeah, Webb has lost the resource war. A9 is so good at making sure that they are not losing out on, they're never ever out of like gold whenever they get it, a diamond whenever they get it. At a certain point, you just have to accept that they have infinite power in minecarts for the rest of the game, and you're gonna have to start working with that. Misses the jab to down tilt, but still picks up on the get up with those needles bouncing fish. Webb again in that lead for game number 5 and is trying to reestablish some position. The air dodge away works out like a charm. Here we go, Chopper. How risky does Webb get with 3.5 minutes on the clock?
Man, almost actually moving in. You give Sheik an inch, she's gonna take at least 3 feet, not a mile, but it helps out.
Yo, that
slowly.
yardstick goes crazy.
Yeah, for sure. And now we're seeing WebbJP actually moving in. So one of the curious things that I just noticed is the fact that he is actually making sure that the cube to actually build the tools is as far away from Steve as possible and keeping it alive on that corner. Part of the reason why we were seeing that the momentum shifted was because the A9 was constantly put on the right side, whereas the cube was actually on the left, so there wasn't really many tools that he could actually concup. But now that's straight down the middle, it's actually a lot more dangerous for them. That being said, we're seeing drag downs and back airs, 87%. It's just gonna take one of them needle up smash moves to be able to get it, or one of those conversions that only Sheik mains can do in this game.
Yeah, we're also reaching the point where things like up tilt, diamond up tilt alone is going to take the stocks. Not close enough with the spiking hitbox of fair. We need a sour fair, a back air, a dash attack. We have not seen a lot of dash attack from A9 thinking about it, which I suppose is in character given the way that they play, but you have to apply that pressure block. Oh, no tech!
MVP for WebbJP this time around.
Yeah, he
using
is.
the block. Manages to get it. Does not take on it. Just sends him straight down. Congratulations to WebbJP. A barn burner of a set. 5 games. versus Steve manages to pull through.
He's all smiles. He's all smiles.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. And you know, I know that there's probably some some very happy campers in chat, but some not very kind words for A9. Cut that out. A9 played great. Webb is one of the most disciplined players in the New Jersey scene, and it's really, really hard to open him up and keep a consistent game plan against him to the point where he's so good at making you play at his vibe and at his style at most opportunities. Once Webb found a way to consistently gain the lead against A9, that was what opened it up. But keep in mind, it took 3.5 games for him to figure that out. So Webb, amazing play from Webb in order to make it up. A9 took him to the brink, but wasn't able to get it done. And, you know, shout outs to Webb in a matchup like that. Finding every little nook and cranny, every little bit of hurtbox shifting or frame data know-how to make sure that she can do just enough to get by A9 and their Steve. Excellently done from Webb. Excellently played from A9. A insane Game 5 set that Webb walks with.
All the more reason why WebbJP is one of the